So it's interesting that you say that the people that got you in the mortgage business aren't doing it anymore. You know what the weird part is? Neither are mine. Isn't that weird?
That is weird. That is weird.
And you've become a monster. I've done pretty good. And it's like the people, isn't that weird? I went, so what did yours, did they retire and stop working, or did they tap out and do something else? They stopped doing the marketing stuff. Like
Tapped out. Tapped out.
why do you
Yeah.
think they tapped out?
Well, I can tell you exactly when it happened. It was 2007, 2008 when the market got really difficult. And the first individual that was my CEO at the time and business partner, because we were partnered up at that point in time, he discovered debt settlement. And he said, "Hey, look, I'm doing that." And guess what? He did very well. He actually sold his business about 4 years ago for $49 million. And
I'd call that
looks
a
look
success
looks
story.
good on him. I'd say it's a
Yeah.
success story too. So he bridged over to that. Thought, hey, this an easier racket. It's kind of catching on popularity, and I know how to market. So why not market to something that people need right now? Because 2007, 2008, if I look back at those times, a lot of people in a lot of problems, a lot of trouble, right?
Yeah.
So that was him. The other individual who was the VP that got me in and trained me, he experienced the same thing, but he was not the business owner. So he took his marketing background, slid over into insurance, and not necessarily home insurance, but health insurance. And he's done very well in that space as well. Now, not $49 million sold his business good, but
Yeah.
good enough that he's made a great living. And full disclosure, back about 4 or 5 years ago, when things were really taking off into this space, I twisted his arm a little bit, got him back into mortgage, and he ran my direct mail division for me for about 2.5 years. Did really, really well, made a ton of money. Pretty close to the $1 million club year after year. And when the mortgage cooled back off, he said, "You know what? I'm going to go back over to insurance," and he's back over in that space now.
Very interesting. It's definitely it's a very fluid platform that we find. You know what it is, man? The successful people come to realize we're not loan officers, we're marketers of our trade, and our trade happens to be that of a loan officer
That's
or
it.
mortgages. Our trade, what we're selling is mortgages. And as long as we focusing in on the marketing end of it, obviously we have to do a great job, right? If you're going to market a car, you better have a great car, right? Because if
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
yeah, somebody they get in the car, they got to turn the key. It's got to start. And same thing with the mortgages. We have to, if we say we're going to close, we have to close and and do our due diligence to make sure there's no surprises or anything. Of course, right? But it's
You got to have a
really
product you're confident in and something that you can
yeah,
stand behind. And when you do, if you're a great marketer, well, it becomes pretty easy to market that product because
yeah,
you trust it, you believe in it, and you feel strong enough about it. You can get out there and you can promote it and you can promote it really well, right?
yeah. So speaking of marketing, you did a clever thing, and just by the way, so I'm speaking with Devin Dubuque here, and you're out of the Dallas Fort Worth area
Correct.
of Texas. Yep. And name of your company is Click and Close.
Yeah. So I go by the Dubuque team. So if you're looking for me, it's always the Dubuque team. And nobody can spell that Dubuc, the Dubuque team. And it's powered by Click and Close Mortgage.
All right, perfect. So speaking of marketing, you did a clever little thing where you put together a resource page of the NAR. What do I do now with the new NAR settlement? And if I remember right, you have a version for the real estate agents, and then you also have a version for the consumer. Is that correct?
That's absolutely correct.
So let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about the one for the real estate agents first. So first of all, it's always about the why. Why did you do it? Why do you have a resource for NAR for the real estate agents?
It's a great question. We were coming off of I forget, excuse me, I forget the date, the NAR settlement being implemented. And I'm sitting in my sales club or my our call stars, right? Our sales meeting first thing every morning, 9 to 11, uh, Monday through Friday. And I'm listening to my team Monday morning, and they're in the background. I hear them saying, "Well, I've got these agents that are reaching out to me, and they're so confused. Like, when do we sign the agreement? How do we introduce signing the agreement? How do we bring this subject up without sounding like we're trying to pigeonhole somebody into giving us money?" And so I'm listening to that, and in the background, I'm thinking, well, I'm sure I can find a great solution for that. So sneaky little trick, I pull up my buddy ChatGPT. Mine goes by Dara, and I said, "Hey, Dara, let me ask you a couple of questions, right? This is a new a concern that's coming up in the market, and I need to create some materials that help give people peace of mind that they have a clear understanding on how to communicate the NAR settlement." And I just asked it the questions that were being asked of me. Hey, you know, what is NAR and how does it affect the consumer, right? Hey, I'm an agent. How do I bring this topic up to my consumers and have an educated conversation about it, right? Hey, can you build me a compensation agreement that I can utilize as a sample to be able to design a conversation that an agent can have to walk through that? And then we took some resources from you, Carl, 184 things that a realtor does, so they can have some good artillery to be able to have those conversations. And then we said, hey, we want to build an FAQ bot. Hey, give me some FAQs that are commonly asked questions about the NAR settlement. And then let's just get 100 more. And let's get 100 more. And let's get 100 more. And then as we developed that bot, we plugged it right into our website. We gave it a chat resource. So now an agent or a borrower can go in and ask the questions that they have. So the why, well, agents, not just borrowers, had questions about how do we navigate this crazy little thing called an R settlement. And, they needed answers. I thought it was really important we get them a solution.
How do you all right, so you built this resource page. It has, what do I do? A sample contract. Obviously, they need to run it through their compliance, of course, right?
They do.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
but a sample buyer's contract with the buyer's agent that for that corresponds with the new NAR rules or settlement, however you want to say it. How do you drive traffic to that page? And before you talk about traffic, so I go on that page, I can download these reports and I can download like the FAQs. You got a little chat thing where I can say, how do I get paid on this? Or how do I present this to? Or what does this mean? And what am I not allowed to do? So those are all Q&As built onto the page, or is it a downloadable resource? Like, what does that look like?
Great question. So, yes and yes. So, downloadable with our branding. So, very simple for them to go in and just get done for you materials that's already branded.
So when they
What is
download this
NAR?
thing, at the very top of it is the Dubuque team,
Dubuque
insert in
Team.
loan officer at the Dubuque team
That's it.
is I like that.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. Now, we realized that some of these agents may want to have the ability to brand it themselves. And we thought, well, let's make it easy for them. So I had my marketing team build a resource for Canva. And now you've got two options. You can download the done for you materials that you can just print off and walk away, and you can start handing it out to your consumers. Or you can click on the other link. So you got the blue pill or the red pill, right? And if you click on the other link, that's going to take you to where you can actually modify in Canva these done for you materials so the agent can brand it however they like to brand it. So full disclosure, we want to give them a little something for free and make it convenient for them to remodify, rebrand those if they so chose to do so.
I like that. Yeah, I think the free cool stuff is a great model. And if you want a good testimonial, just go to Google and see how it's worked out for them. And same thing, Facebook.
Yeah,
Facebook was
yeah.
all free cool stuff, and Google was all free cool stuff, and still is to a certain market. And then they figure out, hey, I got this traffic now. How do we, turn that into dollars? And of course, for us, turning dollars into real estate agents, knowing who you are is pretty simple math.
Well, in full disclosure, thanks to my buddy Carl at the Mortgage Marketing Animals, he said, "Hey, it's pretty cool to give it away free, but make sure you're capturing that data." And so we did that. So now, if they're an agent, we already know we've got their information; they can get there. We'll just give them the direct link for free. They got to peek behind the curtains. But if they're an agent that's being directed to that page through any of our marketing, I know you're going to get into that. Well, guess what? There's a little stopper page that says, "Hey, are you an agent or are you a borrower?" And then if they choose that, hey, to get these materials, just fill out this quick intake form. We'll send those right over. And now they get the link.
Yeah,
All
I
you.
got it.
All
I got
right.
it. Yeah, so I like that. So yeah, free cool stuff is a great way to drive traffic. and to have that page in there where, hey, tell us where to send it to, is a great way to get them to opt in. How do you drive traffic to that page? So you got this free cool website, and we know that if we get in front of agents and have that, ask them for the, provide free cool stuff, ask for the business, we're going to close more loans. I know you and your team are doing fantastic numbers. How do you drive traffic to that page? Is it word of mouth? Are you doing emails or videos, or how's that done?
Yes.
Yes.
So, if they're existing agents of ours, and a lot of them are, or even existing borrowers of ours, and a lot of them are, we've got this great, generating machine, CRM that we can send mass broadcasts out to. And so we do. So a lot of that's going to be in the form of an email or a text, in addition to video, right? So video, hey, we know you've got questions about our NAR. We've got answers. Hey, if you'd like some free done for you materials to help navigate the NAR and to help your borrowers answer the questions that they need solved, hey, click right here and, go get it, right? Go get it for free, right? Here it is. So, that goes out to our consumers that we've served, that goes out to our agents that we've served, and, they're already in our database. So we don't necessarily have to capture them. And, effectively what we did is, we did it as a company, but simultaneously we had the team do it themselves, right? Hey, you go out and broadcast this to your folks as well. We want to make sure that your name's getting the recognition for providing these free goodies to your agents that are in need. Now, then the other way we're promoting this is through video, and doing that through social media platforms. And then, of course, outreaching to the agents that we're trying to get to know, right? Not the ones that we already know, but, little thing called Thor's Hammer. These are agents that, we intend to call over a 12-week period of time. We've already scouted them out. We know their production. We know they're qualified, and we want to get their attention. Hey, here's a little something for free. Here's a link to get you there. And here's a video that explains to you what you're going to find when you land on this page. So that's going to happen through our CRM. And then, and I say going to happen because we shot the video last week and we're going to send that out this week. And I know we're a little late to the punch on that one, but we had to make those modifications to the website. So they had to choose that path and input their data. Now on social, we've got a video saying the same thing. Hey, we know there's questions. We've got your answers, right? Confused about the NAR? Here it is. And that's going to go out to our uploaded sphere, right? So we've got our audience that we've already uploaded into Facebook and Insta that we're going to send out to. But then we also have some paid sphere, right? Where we're going to get out in front of a larger audience as well, and go after that traffic that way. So
Yeah, I love it, man. I think basically what it is, it's kind of like a blimp with your name flying around the real estate agent community, and you're throwing out little beads and pieces of candy, and things like that. It really, that's really
right,
what you're doing here. So
yeah,
it's
agreed.
a very effective way to market. And I guess the expense of it really is just whatever it costs to set up the web page, and that's going to be different for different people depending upon what resources. But it doesn't cost a lot to put together a web page these days. This is not like the 1998 where $10,000 put up a web page. Now it's you know pretty easy.
Well, on full disclosure, if I wanted to do it, I could do it myself. I don't, because obviously my time is a little more valuable than building web pages right now. It wasn't in the past, right? It was something that it was a hat I had to put on. But we can do it through the CRM, or if we want to make it a little cooler and build it right into our website, we can do that. And with plugin services and the ability to just do quick updates on the fly with websites today,
Yeah.
literally, a couple of hours later, we'll just talk about this. It went from concept to reality inside of 24 hours, right?
Wow.
So from, hey, we need this to, hey, here it is. Now, of course, beginning, beta one was good, two is better, three is going to be, really well polished and
Moneymaker.
provide
Mhm.
a lot of great content.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How's it working out for you? Is it you gotten positive feedback from it?
We have, again, it all goes back to the agents that we serve. Again, we haven't gotten this out to the ones we don't yet. And that's what's happening this week. But at the end of the day, the ones that we do serve, it's, hey, thank you so much. This gives me clarity, gives me peace of mind. Hey, now I've got a place that if I can't answer the questions, I can direct my consumers and they can get those questions. It's funny. I looked at our our website uptick. We had what was it, like a 48% uptick to traffic to the website since we rolled that out. So
Based on
it
this.
was
Mhm.
Yeah, it was a huge jump. It was like, oh, you're getting a little bit of traffic too. Oh, okay, you guys are actually getting some volume on the site now. So,
Yeah.
it's definitely moved the needle for us. And I think once we really start programming it out there to the general masses,
Hmm.
and have that little sneaky capture form, I think we'll be able to get some really good traction. Because now, once they fill out that capture form, we can follow them up with more. Hey, still have questions? We've got answers, right? We can set up a whole marketing campaign. Hey, if you're having questions about NAR or just want to know about getting qualified for refinance, or hey, if you're a great agent, you love this tool, hey, reach out to us. We've got some other sneaky tricks we'd love to throw your way, right? So, this is a great way for us to be able to capture those customers and those agents that don't know us. So I don't even think we've seen the full benefit of what we built yet, because we're still on phase one. We got phase two that's about to drop.
Yeah, I think there's a couple messages in with this. First one is, so look, the NAR thing is new, just like the Dodd-Frank was when it first came out. Like, it's new, and all the loan officers were, and
Yeah,
maybe me too, were jumping
yeah.
off the ledge, and like, oh my God, what's going to happen here? And
I heard
then,
guys saying, I got to get out of the business.
yeah. And then in short order, it was like old news and no big deal. And now we don't think nothing of it. So I think the key to making this happen is it's your fast action that you took on it. Because let's face it, 6 months from now, that resource page is not going to be a resource page. It's going to be history, right? But it's a very now topic for sure, like for sure, as we're recording this here in the 1st of September. So it's a now topic. And if it had taken you, if you'd have wait till all the fonts were perfect and all the color, and they're actually pretty damn good. I shouldn't have used that as an example, but if you're waiting for everything to be perfect before you ever put this thing out, hell, it'd take 6 months and it'd be old news and it wouldn't be any resource. So I love your thought to action to completion in a very short period of time. Great thing. And the other thing is, you've proven yet once again, there's no such thing as problems. There's only opportunities. And so what became a problem for real estate agents, you saw as an opportunity to solve that problem. So a problem's only a problem if you don't have a solution. But in your case, you're always looking for these different solutions of doing that. And I say, just from, watching what you're doing, not just for the real estate agents, but you're doing it with the loan officers too. Like, anytime the loan officer is saying, "Hey, we have an issue here," you're really, really, really good at providing solutions for those loan officers, and being on the front edge of like that, the way you do things very quickly. Well done, man. I saw what you're doing. I just want to get on here, get a little bit more information about it, and frankly, just take my hat off and say, well done, and congratulations on the fast action. Looking at problems as solution opportunities. You're just a really smart guy, and I'm really grateful to hang out with you, my brother.
Well, I'm grateful to hang out with you, my friend. You've done so many amazing things for this industry, but you said some things I want to go back on. You mentioned action, and you mentioned, not taking too much time getting things prepared and get them out there.
Yeah.
A wise CEO once told me, and I got to tell you, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. I like things to be a very specific way. And he said, Devin, good enough is good enough.
Mm.
And, I know what he means by that. He doesn't mean just throw out sloppy work, right? But at the end of the day, my 80% is better than a lot of people's 100%. And at the end of the day, get the darn thing out there, because I'm going to overthink it and I'm going to try to put too much into it, and it's never going to get to market. And now here we go. We've got this really great tool that the moment we throw it out, we're just like, wow, this is awesome. And I'm thinking, wow, this is incomplete, but good enough is good enough, right?
Mhm.
The other thing that you mentioned was action. And, I think in any industry, it doesn't matter if we're talking about mortgage or, literally fill in the blank, it's irrelevant, right? You have to take action, right? Anytime you have a great idea, you've got to take action on that. Our number three core value here at the Dubuque team is action, right? And only number three for a reason, because number one is family. We're here to serve the families. We're here to improve our communities. We're here to provide people a clear mortgage plan and give them
Mhm.
the opportunity to build generational wealth. But passion, you got to do it with passion. And that's why action's number three, because if you're not passionate about what you're doing, right, at the end of the day, the action is irrelevant. You can take
Mhm.
unpassionate action and you're going to get nowhere.
Mhm.
But if you believe in what you're doing and you get out there and you support it and you put that passion behind it, when you take action, big things happen. So, I'm glad that you mentioned the action, Carl, because you're 100% correct. Those who take action tend to win, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Good stuff. Well, I tell you, Devin, I believe in you for sure, and I know a lot of people do. Hey, if somebody wants to reach out and just ask something, or just rub elbows with a a winner in the industry, what's a good way to get a hold of you?
It's a great question. The easiest way to typically find me is on the website, www.thedubuque, that's DUBUCTEAM.com, thedubuqueteam.com. My phone number's there, my calendar's there. You can drop right into my virtual office and meet with me face to face in seconds, right? So that's where I like to give the traffic to, because even if I'm not available, sneaky trick, learn from my buddy here, Carl White. Hey, always make sure somebody's able to answer the phones when you cannot. So that's why I say the DubuqueTeam.com, because if you want to get a hold of me, even if I'm not available immediately, somebody's going to get on that phone with you and they're going to put you in touch with me. And if you
Yeah.
just want to jump right on the calendar, well, that's pretty simple too. You can do that right there on the website.
Awesome. How that'd be worth going to just see what that looks like. The DubuqueTeam.com. So, and it's VTHE, right? At the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
T
the
H E D U B
DubuqueTeam.com.
U C TEAM.com.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, brother. Hey, man, I love you. You're an awesome dude. Thanks for letting me be part of your journey. It's been awesome watching you, and appreciate what you do, my brother.
I'm blessed to be here, Carl. Blessed to be part of your journey. And man, I know we're doing some amazing things in this industry, and a lot of that stems with you and everything that your group has brought to us. So thank you so much for being the mentor that you are, my good friend.
All right, thank you, brother. All right, gang. Hey, appreciate you being here. Thanks for letting us be part of your day, and we always appreciate those reviews. So keep those coming in, and go check out the webpage, see what you think about it. Let me know. All right, we'll see you. Bye.